Hi, Nick Dogan, North State Law. We safeguard your professional license so you can get back to business. Today we're going to talk about the legal implications of social media use, what nurses need to know. So this is obviously geared towards licensed nurses. That's your licensed practical nurse or registered nurse, nurse practitioners as well. So one of the things that I've noticed over the years, and I've done a lot of nursing cases, many years going back, probably even prior to opening my firm in 2019. And it doesn't happen a lot, but nurses can get in trouble just like any other healthcare professional by putting things out on social media, whether that is X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And you are directly stating a patient's name, for example. Most people aren't going to do that. Where people start to get in trouble is, especially during the pandemic, it would be this facility is doing X, Y, Z, and if there happened to be a high profile case or something along those lines, and you provide enough information on social media that somebody can do a relatively short investigation and figure out to whom you're referring, and that being the patient, what facility they're at, what incident you're talking about, et cetera, and they can kind of put that all together. That's a potential for an ethics violation, and that's likely to result in a complaint, and that's likely to result in the very least an investigation, if not some sort of recommended discipline. Now, that to me is an extreme example, because on the other end that I mentioned prior, where somebody were to say, oh yeah, John Smith came by and he had real bad eczema and we treated him and blah, blah, blah. And it could be like a celebrity or something like that. Definitely can't put that out there. I think everybody knows that. That's definitely a HIPAA violation. Can't get into that. On the other end of the spectrum, on my other example, where I'm talking about no names are presented except maybe the name of the facility and an insinuation or a brief description of an incident involving somebody that was out in the press, that is still going to be looked negatively upon by the Board of Nursing, and they're in their opinion, whether it's right or wrong, going to come a calling, because they may feel, or your supervisor may feel, that that's a HIPAA violation. So again, that's getting a little bit more gray area, and it really depends on how much information is thrown out on social media and how easy it is for somebody to ascertain who the patient is based on the information that was thrown out in social media. But it's best to just avoid all that stuff. First off, not to get on a soapbox, but you got to be very careful as a professional when you're using social media. Frankly, you got to be careful as a human being using social media, but you have to be extra careful as a professional using social media. It's not worth getting in arguments with people. It's definitely not worth, trying to get likes and clicks and things like that by talking about work in a manner that's going to potentially reveal a patient's identity. It's really just not worth it. So you just got to be careful. I'm not saying, social media is the devil or anything like that. I'm just saying that there's certain uses for it, and, you just have to be careful as a licensed professional, especially a nurse. And there's a lot of great uses for it, but make sure, especially when you're talking about work, that you're very careful about what information you're putting out there in the old internet. So I hope that was useful. You can also check out my website for some more useful information. That's northstatelawfirm.com. Got a lot of blogs on there. My YouTube channel's got a lot of videos as well. And if you can't find what you're looking for on either one of those things, call or text my office at 919-521-8810. That's 919-521-8810. And you can get a free 15-minute discovery call with a member of my staff. Thank you so much for taking care of North Carolina. Have a great day. Bye-bye.